Alright guys, I wanted to show you this morning how to photograph a sunburst to get that nice look when the sun is like a bright star. Let's do it. Really two main things you really want to do. One, shooting golden hour, so the sun isn't as bright. Here it's sunrise now, it's not even risen yet. Another thing you'll want is some kind of object that we're going to use to somewhat shelter a part of the sun. So we're going to use these pillars here today. When it comes to camera settings, the main thing we're worried about when shooting a sunburst is our aperture. The aperture in your lens is very similar to a human eye that opens and closes. Now, when we have a smaller aperture, which is a higher f-stop, we will get a bigger star from the sun. So generally you want to aim between, look, there's no concrete rule, but between f11 to f22. But as we close that aperture down around f18 and 22, you will get a bigger burst from the sun. And what we do is we use an object to partially block the sun. This is going to help us control the highlights, and it's also going to help create the star, because the sun is bending around that object, and as it bends around it, it sprays out. It gives us that look. I can do it right here with my hand. If I put my hand in front, you can see it already. If I open up here, there she is. When it comes to shooting a landscape, we don't really want to use a hand, so we'll find some kind of other object. Today I've got these pillars here. So I'm going to line up a composition, and as I move along the edge of that pillar, you can see the sun there bursting around it. Problems that are going to arise is getting a flare across your lens, and this will vary from lens to lens, but it's a real pain in the butt. And can be a real struggle to avoid it. Even here we're getting a few artifacts, but the worst is when you get a big flare in the corner. To control it, if you're finding that's happening, you're really just going to have to keep adjusting your composition and changing the angle at which the sun is entering your lens. So some key points to take away. Shooting golden hour. Find yourself an object like a tree, a cliff, person, anything you like to bend that sun around, and use a narrow aperture, so a higher f-stop, 16, 18, 22.